Shalom, family trendsetter. All praises be to the Most High. I'm driving, so you'll hear some noise in the background. Please bear with me, as well as I do have a tendency to struggle for words when I speak. Now, today I want to give you an insight, but I want to give you a quick story before I go into my insight. Oh, actually, it's probably a part of the insight. So over the weekend, I visited one of my homeboys' house, right? Decided to go to his house after I left the range, usually on Saturday, because I don't follow the Shabbat, Friday, Sunday after Saturday, Sunday, like many of y'all do, following the Jewish way of practicing how to worship their God, which is Lucifer. I don't do it their way. I know it's in the book, and I know y'all believe that the Shabbat is Friday, sundown to Saturday, sundown, or Saturn day, sundown, because a lot of y'all don't realize these days of the week that they name after their gods. So I follow the lunar Shabbat. When we were in our land, we didn't have no calendars and shit. We only was able to know the days and the months based on the moon, the luna, right? So that's what I do. So to each his own. But anyway, Saturday, right, the day that you practice your Shabbat, I was at the range, honing on my skills, making sure that I'm able to protect my family in the event of a situation. So after leaving the range, I went to one of my homeboy house just to pay a visit because he's close by. When I got there, I announced myself. His door was open. His door is always open. They live like on the borderline of Virginia and Maryland. So I went inside. I announced myself. We grew up together like brothers, right? So there's no problem for me to go in his crib. So I announced myself. Hey, I'm here in case he got his significant other in the house doing whatever, right? So he said, "Yo, I'm upstairs." He's another Jamaican brother. So I went upstairs and, "What's up? What's going on?" So I noticed on his bed he had like 2.5 outfits. On his bed, laid out on his bed, name brand outfits too, but I'm not going to give you the name of the outfit because I'm not promoting no devil's brand. If it's not a black-owned clothing line, I'm not promoting it on my channel. So, so he had these 2 outfits, and I see they had tags on it. So me being nosy, I'm always inquisitive and shit. I looked at the outfits. I'm like, damn, you paid this amount of money for this? He was like, yeah. So one of the pants he had cost like $250. Well, it says $250 on the tag, and I can believe it is because he don't wear no knockoffs, and these are name brand stuff. And I seen the shirt that he had, the shit was like maybe $125. I'm like, damn, why are you paying all this money for these clothing? Where you going? Like he said, he going to a fashion party, something like that. I forgot the name what he said, but it said like a name brand fashion party and some shit like that, where you have to wear some kind of designer outfit, right? So I said, cool. So I said, oh wow. I said, man, look at this. Oh, so I said, yo, if I was to add all this shit up, this shit's probably like almost like $700-800. He said, yeah. But he said, I'm not planning on keeping all of them. I'm just going to wear what I'm going to wear and send the rest back. So I said, oh, this party you going to, where they giving out prizes and shit, that you going to do a raffle or something? So he was like, well, why you asking me that? I said, nah, because you spend all this money on these people's name, and I'm sure when you go to the spot, because he had told me about the spot that he was going to go to prior to this, but I wasn't sure what was it about. He said he was going to this, this little spot in DC or whatever, right? So I said, all right, cool. So I was being condescending, sarcastic. I said, are they giving anything back in return? Because you spending all this money on this one spot. I said, wait, were you going there to propose to your fiance or some shit? So he was like, man, look, no bother with it. Basically, he said, don't even bother with it right now. I'm not going to entertain you, right? So I'm sitting down and shit. And I'm watching this nigga was running around with like his head chopped off, trying to figure out what belt he gonna wear. I'm like, this dude is crazy. So, I said, all right, man, I'll be back, man. So I went downstairs and shit to try to go get something to eat in the pantry. So I went downstairs, opened the pantry up. Hardly no fucking food in the pantry. Went in the refrigerator, hardly no food. So I got a little bit perturbed, right? Because I was saying to myself, we just had a conversation like last week about the situation that's going on over there in Palestine between the Palestinians and these Israelis, whatever the fuck that means, right? And we both agree that, this is time for everybody to start getting their affairs in order, stacking up in the event something pop off over here. Because we both agree that there are sleeper cells here, right? Most of these Palestinians believe in the Sharia law, and they believe in, all these different kind of, religious belief. And if finally they say, finally, right, they're at the breaking point, and they decide to attack Americans because they feel that America is back in Israel. And I heard today it's like 10,000 people have lost their lives. 1,500 of them are now check this out. They said over 10,000 people casualty of this war so far, right? 1,500 of them are Israelis. So if you minus 1,500 from 10,000, right? Can imagine how many Palestinians on the Gaza Strip and inland are affected. So the 1,500 Palestinians, we supposed to lose our motherfucking mind. We supposed to just go crazy because we got 1,500 Israelis, right, losing their lives. But let's not worry about the other ones. Let's not worry about the 95 and shit, right, or the 85 thousand Palestinians that lost their life. Let's not worry about them because they don't matter. They don't matter. You know, let's focus on the chosen people of God, right? Because they are the chosen people of God. So anyway, I said to him, I said, you know, like we had this discussion and shit, right? And well, I didn't say it to him. I was thinking that shit. And then I said, we had this discussion, this dude, you know, whatever. So then I went upstairs and I'm like, look, yo, you don't have no food in your house. He said, nah, you know, he said, you know how we do, like, you know, because they work for the government and shit. They usually eat out. Eat out, you know, at restaurants or whatever, because his wife, I don't think she know how to cook. And she don't like to cook. So I'm like, And they, don't get me wrong, family, believe it or not, you know, decent people, very, very nice people. But for me, if I have a woman, and I'm kind of throwing my word here, if you are a woman and you don't like to cook, or you don't know how to cook, and you got a husband, and you don't cook frequently, he's cheating on you. He is cheating on you, trust me when I tell you. Or at the very least, he's thinking about it, because most men love a woman that know how to cook, right? I remember, I'm going to give you another story real quick before I finish this up. I remember I had a friend of mine, right? We used to call him Pretty Boy, right? Because he was, you know, he was a handsome dude, no homo here and shit, right? Handsome dude. And his girl was she was a roddy dot. She looked good, right? Light-skinned chick, she was beautiful, nice chick, right? And, you know, we thought the relationship was good. You know, they seemed to be like a perfect couple. You know, he drive a nice car, she drive a nice car. They was doing it, but she didn't know how to cook. Every day she'd get up, put on her fucking makeup, and just go on outside looking pretty. And I remember, and you know, that was my boy. This was before I was in the truth, right? I remember he used to say, I can't wait for this bitch to leave. This was exactly what he used to say. I can't wait for this bitch to leave so I could go check Shorty. And I'm like, yo, why you calling her a bitch? Like, you know, he said, man, this girl, man. And I'm like, you know, I ain't really want to get in his business and shit. But anyway, he said he gonna check Shorty. So I said, well, who you gonna check? And he told me about this girl. Now, the girl that he told me, I knew of this girl. But I said, I know it can't be her. And no disrespect, family. No disrespect to a female, because I love all beautiful black women. I don't care how you look, how you shape. To me, you're beautiful. The fact that you are a black woman, right? I don't care how ugly you may think you look, or somebody think you. I love you. I love all different shapes of women, color. Now, if you butt ugly, but I still love you. You know what I'm saying? So he told me about the shorty that he's gonna hook up with after his girl leave, right? And I said, I know it ain't so-and-so. He said, yeah. And family, I'm going to describe this girl to you, right? She's big bone, right? A little heavy set. Which I have nothing wrong with that, because, man, I love me some big bone. I love slim women. I love all type of women, because you can do a lot with your woman. You can know how to, you know, you be creative with different size women. I don't care how fat you think you may be. I can work with you, because I use my imagination. You know what I'm saying? And I said, yo, her? He said, yeah. I said, why you messing with her? He said, man, yo, this was, you know, he was very vulgar and shit. He said, yo, that bitch can cook. That bitch can cook. He said, yo, I kid you not, when I be eating, man, after I eat her food, man, I just want to make, like, he didn't say it like this. I want to be, you know, kind of proper. He said, well, I'll be effing the F out of her, right? Because I just want to make, like, passionate love to her, because she's just so attentive. She cooks for me. She made me feel like a man. You know what I'm saying? So I said, what about so-and-so? He said, man, she's just a showboat. She's just for showboating, right? And he always, like, family, I kid you not, every time, I thought he had, like, another roddy dot chick, a pretty, you know what I'm saying? This man, and I thought about it. I said, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, she need loving too. And I remember one time, I seen the two of them together out and about. And, you know, he dressed her up. She, you know, put her some clothes on. She looked nice, but she was kind of heavy and everything. But compared to, I guess what I'm doing, I'm comparing her to his real shorty, right? I'm like, definitely got to be the food, you know what I mean? But he was really in love with her. And at one point, I thought she probably put some kind of, you know, spell on him or something, right, through the food, because he was, like, really hooked. But no, really, she really knew how to take care of him. She was from the South and shit, right? And she knew how to cook, throw it down, you know, make some good, mean food. Back then, we used to eat pork and shit, so she used to make some pork chops, and man, she used to really put it down. And one day I went over her house after he told me this shit. You know, I went over her house, and she sure enough made some food for me. I don't know what the fuck this girl put in this food, but the shit, it makes you want to just when you fucking eat, you're like, you be singing to the fucking food and shit. She could, you know, she really could cook. The fried chicken was, man, KFC don't got nothing on her. And I was like, okay, so then I start to realize why he's so drawn to this woman. Because she know how to cook. And this other fucking goofy, she was just all about looking pretty and shit, driving nice, showing off, you know what I mean? Anyway, back to the story. So, went upstairs and I said to him, man, you don't got no food in your damn fridge. And he said, man, you know how we do, we eat out, blah, 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 blah. So I said, yo, didn't we have a conversation last week about stacking up and getting ready in case of an emergency? He said, yeah, I know, I'm gonna get to it. I said, goofy, you can't wait. I said, tomorrow can be an emergency. The next 5-10 minutes can be an emergency. I said, why put up what you can do today for another day? Because then the next day something else is gonna come up and you're gonna just keep putting it up till you never do it. And I was kind of upset at him. I said, here you are, you put time into ordering outfits, buying outfits to go out to this dumbass party tonight, where you ain't getting nothing back in return. If anything, you spending more than you're losing more than you're gaining. And that's how I'm talking to him, just like that. Because, he's like, one thing with my people, they respect me for who I am, right? So I say, you put all this damn money into this one affair, and you're not even considering the fact that you may not even make it back home from the club. He said, why you putting your mouth on me? Why you putting your mouth? I said, nah, I'm not putting my mouth. I'm just telling you, man. I said, look, this shit don't make no sense. I said, this is why black people will always get caught out there, because we always think everything is going to be all right. The government got our back. So long as the sun come up and shit, it's another day. You know what I'm saying? We basically have this false sense of security in most cases. A lot of y'all depend on welfare, public assistance, as if this shit's going to be forever. Look what's happening over there in Palestine and the war and shit. So he was like, man, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. But yo, you're right. No, he's talking Jamaican shit. Like, right now, you're trying to discourage me and shit. You make me don't even want to go to the club no more. I say, that's my intention, right? Because he's a smart brother. He's a Hebrew, but he don't practice it the way I do. You know what I'm saying? At least I don't think he do. And I take this shit very seriously, right? The other day I said to him, look, you work for the government. You got opportunity to buy firearms, to protect the bear arms and shit, to protect your home. First he would say, oh, my girl, she don't want me bringing no firearms in the house or whatever. I said, fuck your girl right now, man. You got to worry about you, because when the shit hit the fan, she gonna wish you had something to protect. And he's a smart brother, but he's dumb. I said, I've been told your ass, go out there, at least get a shotty a shotgun for your home. That's something that you don't got to worry about, just having easy access. Have a shotgun in the event something happened, because he come to my house, he think I'm crazy and shit, because I got shit all over the house, stage all over the house, I got video cameras everywhere and shit, because I don't trust these motherfuckers. I got a lot of devils living around me, family. I got a lot of hybrids living around me. I don't trust them. I do not trust these motherfuckers. I don't even trust the people that look like me. Shit, I don't even trust some of my family members, to be honest with you. So, and after preaching to the choir, he figure out what I was saying. Then he sat down on the chair and shit, looking all goofy, like getting mad. So I said, what's up? What happened? What happened? He said, man, you just coming to fuck my whole shit up. I was planning on having a good time. I said, what if the Most High brought me here for a reason? What if you go out tonight and something pop off? Because you're going in D.C., the club you go to, it's kind of questionable and shit, because I've been there before, and the kind of people that go there. What if you go there tonight and somebody rob you for your shit? Because, what if it's a setup? Because everybody coming there with name brand shit. Because, I analyze shit. I think about shit. I said, what if everybody that's coming in wearing name brand, right? The stick-up kid hear about the shit, know that people coming in with money, because everybody gonna be showing off, popping bottles or whatever. I said, what if that's the case tonight? And he was like, yeah, shit, you're right. I never thought about it. And that's the thing, we don't think. Because you're gonna have a whole bunch of people wearing name brand shit. I'm sure word got around that they're gonna have a fashion party. People gonna have their Gucci bags and Louis bags and all this, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to have the stick-up kid inquiring too. Shit, the people that probably going to go there probably might set some shit up. And I'm trying to explain to this nigga, and he going to say to me, well, they're going to have armed security. I say armed security inside the motherfucker, but what about when you leave to go to your car? Because that's the type of person I am. I think about the worst. Before I do anything, I always think about the worst case scenario first before I do it. That's just how I rock. So I said, man, look. I said, maybe I came here tonight to save your life. I said, don't go to the party tonight, man. It's not that serious. Especially since you spend all this money. You're giving away money to these devils right here, these fashion designers, right? That don't care nothing about black folks. I suggest that you don't go. And I said, you know how I am. I said, you know when I tell you to do something, you don't do it. Shit always happen, right? So I kind of threw some more guilt at this shit, right? At the situation. And he said, man, you're right. He said, yeah, you're right. Because I'm here thinking like, why am I spending? And I said, yeah, send that shit back. Return it. You got the tag on it. Return this shit. Maybe it's the reason why you didn't take the tag off. And most Jamaicans, when we buy shit, we don't pop the tags off until the last minute till we really decide we're gonna wear this shit.